Ready?
Yep.
Are you filming now? I did not know that. I'm adjusting myself. I'll go wash my hands. All that and a magic show. Okay. Welcome back to another edition of Cooking Chris's Dishes from recipesthatcrock.com, and I am the good old boy. And today we're going to do something that we have not done yet, not on the site, not ever in our home. We are going to make lima beans. Now wait, please don't shut off the channel yet. I promise you, you won't have to eat them if you don't like them. I don't care for lima beans myself, never have. And we went on vacation last week, and as we traveled down to Florida, there's a little bitty place in Butts County, Georgia, right off of Bucksnort Road, and it is called Buckner's, and they're a fried chicken establishment, and they're very, very good. We happened on it a few years back, and we loved it. We were very hungry on our way back home from a trip from Florida, and we started to stop at a truck stop and get some road food. And the guy said, "You don't want to eat here, you want to go on up the road to this place called Buckner's." And we did, and it was the best fried chicken in the world. And the way they set it up is family style. Everybody gets and sits down at this round table. They might seat you with people you've never met before, depending on how big your party is. And in front of you is a Lazy Susan. And on the Lazy Susan, there's, let's see what, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, cornbread, rolls.
It's boiled potatoes, not mashed potatoes.
Well, it depends. It depends. They've had mashed potatoes before. They had boiled potatoes. They had stewed tomatoes. And then one thing that they have on their little Lazy Susan is lima beans. Now, when I saw this, the first thing I did was I made this face, and it's probably the same face you made when I said I was going to make lima beans. You probably went, bleh. That's the face that I make, because when I think of lima beans, I think about them being in the can, you pour them out, you heat them up, and you eat them, right? But my wife tried them, and my 8-year-old daughter tried them, and my 8-year-old daughter, Addie, she does not like vegetables, but she is not much for the beans, and she tried some after Mommy tried some and made a happy face, and they both said that they were very delicious. So then I in turn tried them, and I ended up eating more than they did because they are very, very good. So we are going to try and replicate what we had down in Georgia. So first thing you need to do is, well, get yourself some lima beans, and we're also going to use chicken broth, ham hocks, onion. We have some minced freeze-dried garlic, and we also have some, what is this?
Chili powder.
Some chili powder.
Chili con carne.
Chili con carne.
To be exact.
To be exact, we get this from Penzies. Chili powder. Chili con carne means meat. Chili con... I'm working here. Chili con carne means chili with meat. I don't see any meat in there, but if you have chili powder, that will work as well.
Really good chili powder.
Yeah, don't buy no cheap chili powder. Use good spices if you can, because good spices make for better meals. Like I said, we use Penzies a lot. We really like them. And
you can use the grocery store stuff.
You could use the grocery store stuff too. Just make sure you get some good stuff, because you know, I don't know why, but I'm just trying to agree with you. We like to use good spices. So, first thing we've got to do here is go to the back of the bag and read the instructions. Like I said, we've never made this before. This is round one, try one for this, so I'm going to read the directions. It says to rinse and sort beans in a large pot for 1 pound of beans. 1 bag of beans here. And you're supposed to add 6 to 8 cups of hot water, bring to a rapid boil, and boil for 2 minutes. Remove from heat, cover and let stand for 1 hour. Drain, soak water, and rinse beans. That is the quick soak. There is also an overnight soak, but I don't have enough tape to do an overnight soak. So we're going to do the quick soak here. So we have a pot of water that was supposed to be boiling, but I had shut it off because there was lots of steam going on, but it's actually starting to come back to a boil now. So I will take my bag of beans. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the water's starting to boil back up. And there, I've got 8 cups in a great big pot. I will add my beans into the hot pot of water. I'll also give it a quick stir to make sure all the beans get mixed up there. And the lid's hot because it's been sitting on top of the pot.
Hey, I got you something.
What? Hey, she got me something. My wife decided to give me gloves so that I quit burning my hands. Oh my gosh, these are like firefighter gloves. Wow, nice gloves. Thanks, honey. Now I look like a Muppet. Morky. I'm not going to need this while I cut up an onion, but anyway, you let that come to a rapid boil, which it's doing right now. Oh, you let that come to a rapid boil, which is doing right now. And while you're doing the rapid boil and being ridiculed by your wife, 2 onions. And I'm going to go ahead and chop these up while that is coming to a boil. Alexa, stop. That's right. I cut my hand off trying to get my glove on. So we brought that to a rapid boil. Won't work with that hand. We brought it to a rapid boil. It boiled. You can see the steam. And I'll go ahead and stir the beans up again. And the beans are all dancing around the water. And you let that set for an hour. Alexa, set a timer for 1 hour, please.
1 hour. Starting now.
And while we are letting that do this quick soak for an hour, promise we won't make you watch me cut up onions for an hour. We'll speed up the tape a little bit. But I will cut up some onion, and I will tell you about this lady we're talking to over here. Amazon has a product called the Echo. And we like technology. We think it's pretty cool. We like some of the fun toys they have. And one of the things they have is that Amazon has is called the Echo. And it's just a little speaker. In fact, I'll bring her to you now and show it to you. I'm going to have to unplug her to do so, I think. No, wait, maybe this cord, can you see her?
Yep.
Hey, cool, the cord's really long, that'll work. It looks like a tubular speaker. It's totally tubular, dude. And you can either give it the name Alexa, see that ring pop up, or you can call it the Echo. We like calling her Alexa. There's not like we don't have enough ladies in this house already. And you talk to it, it will play music, it will give you facts, you can play games with it. Like for instance, she'll tell you jokes like, Alexa, tell me a joke.
Joke's on you.
Evidently, let's try that again. Alexa, tell me a joke.
Knock, knock.
Who's
Who's there? Isabel. Isabel who? Isabel not working? I rang 4 times before I started knocking.
So,
Not funny jokes.
yeah,
but
we're not going to say they're funny jokes. They're dad jokes, really. So I kind of enjoy them. And you can ask her all kinds of stuff like this. Alexa, do you have a boyfriend?
No, I don't have a boyfriend.
Alexa, would you like a boyfriend?
I like our relationship the way it is.
That's right. She'll shoot you down. So this is Alexa. We asked her facts. We also use her to set timers, and she can play music. Watch this. Alexa, play Cris Stapleton.
Playing your albums by Cris Stapleton, starting with Traveler.
Alexa, turn it down. She'll turn it down, she'll turn it up, or you can use the little knob on top. But we really think she's cool. Alexa, stop. So now we're going to cut up onions. And while I'm cutting up onions and soaking the beans, what was I talking about? I don't remember what I was talking about now. I got busy talking about Alexa.
About vacation.
Vacation. Yes, we went on vacation on the boat. We love going on the cruise. It's a lot of fun. They treat you really good on the boat. I'm a redneck. I grew up in a junkyard. But I'm saying that when I was a kid, we really couldn't afford to do a lot of like extravagant things. And you know, now that I've got a really good job, Cris has got a really good job, we save our pennies, and we get to take Addie on some really cool trips a lot of times, and we love to do it. And so it's really fun to be able to do stuff like that now. And you know, when I get on the boat, I tend to have a pretty good time.
Hey, Mike. Hey. You're on the back of the boat.
Oh. And on the
karaoke.
Well, we like to do things like, you know, they will involve you in their little shows, and they've also got some karaoke. And my kid is not bashful by any means, but she gets a little shy if you tell her to sing a song in front of somebody, or even to have her tell you a story or something like that. If she's around people she doesn't know, she'll kind of shy away from it, like kids do. But for some reason, and maybe it's the magic of Disney, we get on this boat, and every single night she wants to go do karaoke. And I don't mean she wants to go watch people sing karaoke. The kid will get up there and throw in multiple requests and will belt songs out all night long on the boat. So another big reason why we like to go. But I'm going to finish chopping these onions up, and when I get back, the onions will be chopped, the beans will be soaked, and we shall start using the pressure cooker.
You mean the slow cooker? Since we are recipes that crock.
Well, there's a lot of pressure on this job, so I was thinking, when we get back, the onions will be chopped, the beans will be soaked, and we will toss them in our slow cooker. We'll be right back. Let me show them that. Oh! It was my Give me that. Oh, I don't have my glasses on. So, my little director / owner of recipesthatcrock.com has really gotten into this whole being the director thing. And she says, every time that you make a mistake, I'm going to know you. She got this little gift from her friend Lana.
From walking the off-beaten path.
From walking the off-beaten path. That's her blog, by the way. She doesn't just walk an off-beaten path. But Lana gave Cris this cute little pen that has a little speaker on the back, and you push the button and it says...
No!
Yes, it says...
No!
It says...
No!
And it says it a lot.
No!
Ask me if I like it. Mike, do you like this thing?
No!
I sure don't. You...
No!
Why? Because she uses it quite a bit. Yes, I make mistakes. I make a lot of bloopers. Sometimes I say things that might possibly be inappropriate on the camera, and instead of her jumping in and saying something, she just hits the
No!
button. And it says it multiple different ways.
No!
There's that one. I want to say that I do not like it one bit. Oh, Mike, surely you like this thing.
No!
I do not. So I'm going to give it back to her now. Just kidding. Here.
Come here.
No!
You want it back?
Yes.
No!
All right. So, anywho, hi. Welcome back. And the beans have been sitting in the water now for just over an hour. And I will use my glove to take off the lid. It's still hot. And cool. I kind of want to show you. I don't know how I'll show it to you whenever I pour them in the pot, in the crock pot. But they've plumped up. Some of the skins have come off of the beans. But one thing it says on the package, I'm glad that Cris read the package because I threw the package away. I'm bad about doing that. It says that you need to, of course, strain out the water and also separate the beans. I'm like, well, are there good beans and bad beans? And actually, no. Because of the way that lima beans are harvested, it's possible that little bitty stones from the ground might have gotten in with the beans. Beans, good. Rocks, bad. Unless you're a chicken. So,
Rocks aren't good for chickens either.
Chickens eat like little stone things.
No!
Yes, they do. Google it. You can. That's how they make eggs. They eat little stones from the ground, and it makes the eggs. I promise. She doesn't believe me. Google it. Google it. Tell her in the comments that chickens eat rocks, and tell her why. Okay.
Are you telling me that a chicken?
Chickens eat small stones. Yes.
If they don't eat rocks, they can't make eggs.
That's right. That's exactly right. I'm not sure how that all works, but
where did you learn this?
I used to when I lived back home with Mom and Dad. There, when I was a little kid, they raised chickens, and they would feed them, and then they would also give them this stone stuff, and like little bitty chunks of rocks, and the chickens would eat them, and that's how they made eggs. Anyway, back to the beans. I'm going to strain out the beans, and something tells me in my clumsy state that maybe I should not do that near my wife's laptop. That might get me hurt. That might make her scream something like,
No!
that's right. So, strain out the water. Here comes the beans. Oh, yeah. Great big beans.
Oh my goodness.
What?
You're kind of overflowing.
Kind of shaky. And so they're still pretty tough. I mean, sitting them in an hour, they're not going to soften up at all. But I really don't see any rocks in there.
Well, honey, according to Google, which we know if it's on the internet, it must be true.
According to Abraham Lincoln, that's right.
Sorry.
Did you just sneeze on camera? Twice. Everybody in the comments below say, bless you, Cris.
No!
I hate that stupid pen. All right, so anyway, yes.
Hang on.
Tell me about the chickens.
Several different sites are saying that it's true that they need sand and grit, but it doesn't depend on a properly formed egg. That it's for their gizzards.
Yeah, because the gizzards have the stones in them that grind up the other stones, and that's what makes the eggs. Tell me how chickens are made in the comments below. Right after you tell Cris bless you. Anyway, so now the beans have been drained. I didn't see any rocks in there. So
You look like you checked so thoroughly.
I did. I did. Took my glasses off. So the beans are now in the crock pot. And let me get rid of this. Boy, I've got some dishes to do. There we go. Alright, so add the beans to the slow cooker. Add ham hocks or leftover ham. Think about it. You have a ham dinner, like say after Thanksgiving or Christmas, however you do your holidays, or just any time that you eat a ham. You've got the leftover bone with some meat on it and some fat on it. One thing you can do is make these lima beans with it. We did not have a ham. We just, like I said before, we just got back from vacation. So I went to the store, and over by the other seasoned meats like your hams and things like that, your cured meats. Yeah, not seasoned, your cured meats. That's what I meant. They have things called ham hocks. And this is a ham hock. Smells really good. Smells like bacon. And you can either use ham hocks or you can use ham. Whatever you use, make sure it's got some meat in it because everybody wants a little meat with their lima beans, I guess. And also make sure it's got a good bit of fat on it. Why? Because fat adds flavor. And these ham hocks have been smoked. Smoked pork hocks is what it says here. Ham hocks is what it is. And what is the hock of a ham? I don't know. Let's ask Alexa. Alexa, what is a ham hock?
Ham hock means a small cut of meat from the leg just above the foot.
Just above the foot. So you're eating pig ankle. There you go. So I will take my 3 pig ankles, ham hocks, and put them down in the crock pot just like that. Beautiful. And then add onion. I got my 2 onions that I chopped up here. And we'll put them down in their crock pot. And then, after the onion, You want to add 1 tablespoon of freeze-dried garlic.
Or that should be teaspoon, honey.
That's what it says. Good thing that you put a teaspoon up there because, again, I'm not wearing my glasses because they glare off of the camera, so I'm completely reading this wrong. As far as I know, I'm making an apple pie here. But 1 teaspoon of minced garlic.
And that would equal 1 teaspoon fresh if they were using fresh.
That's right. What she said. If I'd have said it wrong, she would have said...
No!
That's right. 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Our chili con carne. We'll put that in there. And then salt and pepper. Right here. You gotta push it real good. Push it, push it. No? Oh.
No!
Oh, yeah, that was a triple no. So, salt. And 6. 7 seems like a good round odd number. And now we use 4 cups of chicken broth. Again, 4 cups, 32 ounces, 1 box of chicken broth. I'm not particular on brands when it comes to chicken broth. Swanson makes good chicken broth. So does the off-brand. Whatever you got, use it. Fresh, squeezed chicken juice right over.
Made from chicken rocks, right?
No. There we go. Almost. Oh, there was the noise. That's what I was waiting on. Okay, so there is your chicken broth. And then it also says on our little recipe here, plus any water needed to rise 2 inches above the beans. Right now, it looks like it is right on top of the beans. So I will get a measuring cup filled full of water. And that's going to bring it right pretty much to the top of the crock pot.
Which that's a 4-quart crock pot.
This is a 4-quart crock pot. This is a 2-cup measuring cup. And it brought it almost to the top there, just above the beans. Or a couple inches above the beans. And I'm going to use my spoon here. Push those onions down in the water. Like that. Alright. Now, cook this on 2 hours on high and then 4 hours on low. I misread her directions, and so if she had not been here for this, I would have just cooked it on 2 hours on high and then ate it.
You would have had very
Chewy beans. Chewy, crunchy
choppy
beans, yeah.
beans.
And that's not what we want, because that's why I don't like lima beans, because I don't like the texture of lima beans until I ate those lima beans down at Buckner's. Again, Buckner's, if you're watching, we absolutely love you. If you live in Georgia, about an hour south of Atlanta, you should be eating at Buckner's. If you don't live in Georgia, go through Georgia sometime down south, about an hour south on I-75, and go to Buckner's. Butts County, Bucksnort Road.
He
Butts.
just likes it.
I do. All right. So, anywho, 2 hours on high. So there's high.
Hi.
Right. 2 hours on high and start. And we will be back in 2 hours to set this for 4 hours on low and also to kind of check out and see how our beans are doing. Be back in a little bit. Okay, so it has been 2 hours since we set this thing on high for 2 hours. And I'm going to remove the lid. And it smells really, really good. You can smell the onions for sure. And
Did you just say that the lima beans smell good?
yes, I just said the lima beans smell good. Let me bring out a lima bean here. See what we got. All right, here's one. They're probably hot. They're starting to soften up a little bit. It smells good. I'm going to try it off camera here. Yeah. Still really chewy. I wouldn't even call that al dente. I'd just call that
No.
dente. I'm going to set this on low for 4 hours. And we'll come back and we'll see what it looks like. We'll be back in a minute. Ow, it burnt my ear. Okay, so we are now back with our Lima Bean experiment. And this thing, if you remember, we cooked it on high for 2 hours and then came back and set it on low heat for 4 hours. And it just got done.
We're just guessing. So
A couple minutes ago. Yeah, we're just guessing here. This is an experiment. As you can see, the ham hocks, everything's all softened up in the ham hocks. And you got the beans, a whole bunch of onions down in there. So let me grab this ladle. Take some of these beans. There's lots of juice in this, so might be a little soupy. You could use it like a soup, I guess. Alright, now as far as the ham hocks go, I guess about the best way to do this would be to pull the ham hocks off and take them onto a plate. Let's do that now. Let me grab a plate real quick. Just grab a big dinner plate. And we'll take our ham hocks. Let's try that again with a fork too, to grab the ham hocks. Alright. Works out much better. Oh yeah, that meat's really soft. Everything's broken down. It's falling apart too. Ooh, look at that. We'll just put that in an experimentation bowl.
That's an awfully big portion.
Hey, I cooked it. Moment of truth. You have lima beans, some of the meat from the hock. That's ham hock, not like caw hock. But
Like what? Hang on.
nope,
Let me
that
hear.
was a
Let
one-time
me hear
thing.
that again.
Caw. Let's try this out.
Do they need to cook again? No.
Mm-hmm.
Are they good? We did good
It's like ham and beans.
with lima
Yes.
beans, which is kind of what Buckner's
Technically,
was like.
Ham and beans is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just ham and beans, only you're using lima beans instead of what, navy beans or white beans or whatever you use. Not kidney beans.
But navy or northern. Great
Northern beans, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Or mom uses pinto.
Mm. I will take that in my lunch this week.
You will.
That is really, really good.
I've converted him to lima beans.
Wow. They're velvety when you chew them up.
That's how they were at Buckner's.
Yeah, and when we went to Buckner's, they melted in your mouth. They weren't chewy.
I
they
told
weren't
you we
mealy,
could do it.
and we did. Good job. High five. Bring it in. Bring it in right here. Very good. So there you have it. Lima beans. They're good for you. They're a great source of protein, and they're really good. I'm not a big fan of lima beans, but I'm a big fan of these. They're super, super good. So I'm just really happy right now. We did an experiment, and it worked out. Yay, this one's definitely going to go up on the site. And we appreciate you guys watching. I'm sure there will be many, many more videos to come. So come on over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/MikeyGoode. And of course, you can find this recipe and many, many, many more at recipesthatcrock.com. And you keep watching, and we'll keep cooking. Thanks. Oh, another bite of this. This is really good.
No!
Yes!
No! No! No!
Oh, yes, yes, yes.